So, Tesla is no longer Tesla as we've known it so far. It's no longer a company just focused on sustainable energy, but one now focused on making the future great. So the question becomes, is this new version of Tesla profoundly awesome or a misallocation of resources like the markets would have us believe today? To answer this question, let's look at the facts and the data of what's changed first, and after that, I'll share my personal thoughts at the end. We'll get to Bumble C, the future Optimus, but let's not forget the critical nature of DOJO. This is the system that will allow Tesla to run unparalleled levels of video data through its neural nets to train and iterate orders of magnitude faster than it could with off-the-shelf options like the NVIDIA racks. Once DOJO is fully up and running, which by the way should be within the next year, and yes, it's already functioning in part today, Tesla will have removed a major bottleneck on the path to solving full self-driving. It's the same software that will also be running on Optimus, just with different video data.
If you think about it, we're just moving from a robot on wheels to a robot on legs.
We got the first real numbers of DOJO's performance. What used to take 150 microseconds on 24 NVIDIA GPUs will now take 5 microseconds on each Tesla tile, which consists of 25 D1 chips. This is orders of magnitude faster. In layman's terms, what used to take Tesla 1 month to train using GPUs will now take Tesla 1 week with DOJO. At this time, I'd like to highlight everything you see here is custom designed by Tesla. It's not available anywhere else. With Tesla's current DOJO hardware and compiler, the gray horizontal bar, it's already better than the NVIDIA A100s. The DOJO hardware production in purple coming next quarter will be even better, and then when this new hardware is paired with the compiler, also coming next quarter, Tesla will have achieved 3.2 and 4.4 times better auto labeling and occupancy network performance. In simple terms, Tesla has created enough compute power on one DOJO tile to replace 6 GPU boxes. Further, this DOJO tile costs less than one of these GPU boxes. Tesla didn't stop at just a tile though. They've created essentially a modular, infinitely scalable system. Just 4 of Tesla's DOJO cabinets will have better performance than 72 GPU racks. These 4 DOJO cabinets are going to become part of Tesla's first Exapod that it plans to build next quarter, which will more than double Tesla's auto labeling capacity.
Altogether, this amount of technology and integration has only ever been done a couple of times in the history of compute.
Oh, and this Exapod is the first of 7 Exapods that Tesla plans to build in Palo Alto. And yes, Tesla is already building new versions of these components and believe they can get another 10x improvement with its next generation hardware. I have to say, from here forward, if anyone says Tesla is just a car company, please understand they have no idea what they are talking about, or they're actively spreading disinformation. Tesla is going to have one of the world's most advanced supercomputers ever custom built in-house. And to top it off, Tesla will also be running and controlling its custom software on this hardware. Additionally, Tesla's also created custom CDUs or cooling distribution units using liquid cooling. Point being, Tesla owns everything top to bottom, and the software, of course, is built specifically for machine learning, the task at hand. I also think it's important to mention Tesla spent time talking about challenges it's had scaling DOJO. Show me any other company that presents to the world like this and takes time to talk about problems and challenges. I'll wait. Tesla is clearly in a dominant position of strength with nothing to hide, showing in depth exactly what it's doing with no fear of anyone else copying it or catching up. Simply put, DOJO and these Exapods are going to be the unlock for Tesla to continue leveling up in solving real-world AI, and again, Tesla did all of this in-house. All of these learnings will also be applicable to Optimus. Say hello to Bumble C, Tesla's first version of Optimus. And yes, Tesla already has a later prototype version. Bumble C uses semi-off-the-shelf actuators, but as with everything, Tesla already has built a robot with Tesla-designed and built actuators, control systems, once again, everything top to bottom. This is actually closer to what we will see in actual production. Tesla's goal is over the next few weeks to get Optimus on par with Bumble C, if not better than, and start focusing on real-world use cases in a Tesla factory. Again, everything you're seeing here was done in 6 to 8 months. Now, after watching the internet discuss AI Day 2022 over the weekend, it became readily apparent the ignorance of many viewers when it comes to the nuances of robotics. If you've fallen prey to these narratives and are now comparing Optimus to Boston Dynamics robots, please stop perpetuating this. Tesla's Optimus is designed specifically to be manufactured at scale. This is not being designed for demonstrations like Boston Dynamics Atlas. Tesla is focused on creating a minimum viable product to accomplish real-world useful work as quickly as possible. Boston Dynamics Atlas is meant for demos, and again, Boston Dynamics has been around for 30 years. Taking nothing away from BD, but Atlas is a research platform. It's not meant to be a volume product. Again, I think Atlas is incredible. I watched this video many times, but it's just not at all what Tesla is optimizing to do. Atlas also uses hydraulic actuators that allow it to do stuff like this, while Optimus will use electric motors to be more efficient. BD also sells Spot, which is great at navigating and gathering data, but clearly it's not a humanoid form and it has very different end goals than Optimus. A better comparison, albeit again not perfect, as you'll see, is Agility Robotics Digit. Digit has already been produced and sold to commercial customers in lower volumes. You may have heard of the first customer, Ford Motor Company, who got the first 2 robots off the line. Ford is using Digit to make warehousing and delivery more efficient and affordable, and to be a part of a last-mile package delivery service. Agility started producing Digit in 2019. It can walk on most terrains that humans can. It can be folded and stored. But you may notice Digit does not have human hands. Optimus will, meaning it'll be capable of a wider array of tasks than Digit, as the endeavor of creating human-like hands is a project in and of itself. Enter Optimus. Standing at 5'8", weighing 160 pounds with a 2.3 kilowatt-hour battery that will one day be created in a Catgirl version, say hello to Bumble C. I just want to highlight a few things quickly. Tesla's trajectory optimization will allow Optimus to be much more flexible and adaptable than most other robots that can only do one or a handful of repetitive tasks in the same place over and over. As you can see in this clip, look at the twist, the lean in, the counterbalance. Notice how this looks very different than Agile Robotics Digit. And just a note, it seems like all of these joints and fingers here seem to be the same size, which will simplify the manufacturing process. But most importantly, Tesla will be one of the first companies to give a robot a brain of sorts to sense the world around it and make decisions. Now yes, most robots do have AI, LiDAR, radar to sense its positioning in its environment, but Tesla's will be more advanced with no LiDAR, just cameras, just like FSD. It looks like Tesla's bot is only using 3 cameras right now with none looking backward. Now, I do have to give a quick shout out to Google. It does have around 100 robots right now using Google's Palm, its Pathways language model. It can actually perform general instructions given in a real kitchen with objects it's never seen before. So technically this does have a brain of sorts. Here you can see it sorting garbage and recycling at a test station. As you can see though, it's not a humanoid. And with that said, the same Tesla brain that allows cars to drive themselves through the real world is going to be placed into Optimus. For Optimus though, it all boils down to reliability and cost. Most other robots for sale are well over $100,000. So if Tesla can produce Optimus to cost less than $20,000 and be reliable to work in factories at least to start, the implications of this can't really be well understood. I'll keep this portion brief. Tesla said it's using a linguistic model to predict lane lines. You may have seen these language models in the headlines this year as they're becoming increasingly powerful and useful. You may also recall when a Google engineer said he thought Google's unreleased AI system Lambda had become sentient. Yes, he was later fired. Even Ashok is impressed by the magic that's happening with Tesla using this language model.
So it's actually a really difficult problem for typical computer vision techniques to predict the set of lanes and their connectivities. So we reached all the way into language technologies and then pulled the state of the art from other domains and not just computer vision to make this task possible. For vehicles, we need their full kinematic state to control for them. All of this directly comes from neural networks. Video streams, raw video streams, come into the networks, go through a lot of processing, and then outputs the full kinematic state. The positions, velocities, acceleration, jerk, all of that directly comes out of the networks with minimal post-processing. That's really fascinating to me because how is this even possible? What world do we live in that this magic is possible, that these networks predicts fourth derivatives of these positions, when people thought we couldn't even detect these objects?
Tesla is optimizing its video model training in many different ways, but if you just look at the bottom, you see it adds up to a 2.3x training speed for its occupancy network. This means Tesla can now train these models in hours instead of days. Or how about Tesla's auto-labeling prowess? Without getting technical, its latest auto-labeling machine has resulted in 5 million hours of manual labeling before, turning into just 12 hours now. I'll say that again. 5 million hours, now down to 12 to label 10,000 trips. Tesla is basically doing this using multi-trip reconstruction from video feeds. And remember, not too long ago, Tesla did not have any auto-labeling at all. And when it comes to Tesla's simulation prowess, Tesla could probably make an incredible video game. Apparently, even Elon thinks so. But listen to a quick clip to understand the granularity here. Plus, I just love watching these simulations.
Next, using median edges, we can spawn island geometry and populate it with randomized foliage. This drastically changes the visibility of the scene. Now, the outside world can be generated through a series of randomized heuristics. Modular building generators create visual obstructions, while randomly placed objects like hydrants can change the color of the curbs, while trees can drop leaves below it, obscuring lines or edges. And again, this is all automatic, no artists in the loop, and happens within minutes. And now this sets us up to do some pretty cool things.
Now, before I share my thoughts, a few quick items. On deliveries, if you're worried about Tesla's demand, don't be. Tesla is finally smoothing out the end of quarter waves as they said they were going to do now for a long time. This will save Tesla money on logistics costs and improve the experience for customers and the sales staff. The 22,093 vehicles that were not delivered in quarter 3 will just give Tesla a Q4 head start. Again, even if or when demand weakens given a potential global recession, Tesla is best positioned to handle it with many demand levers it can pull. And don't forget what Elon said.
So I guess sometimes people fret a little bit too much about this quarter or that quarter. But, if you're a shareholder, a company is really like the net present value of future cash flows. And so what is one quarter is not really a big deal. I think if you see people panicking, then instead of saying, oh man, my stock's gone down, there's a buying opportunity.
So yeah, I'm not sure why so many analysts are having such a hard time understanding this smoothing of the delivery waves and how it's actually a great thing for everyone involved, and again, it will save Tesla money. We're starting Q4 with a 22,000 unit head start. On Tesla stock, any day can be driven by any number of things. It's clear to me looking at Wall Street's reaction to deliveries and mainstream headlines that they don't understand Tesla delivery waves and are clearly improperly worried about demand. I'm personally happily taking Elon's advice and using this as a buying opportunity. Add in AI Day that will undoubtedly go overlooked and misunderstood as Tesla's presentations always do. Remember, these Wall Street analysts build models, and you can't model for Optimus because it's never been done. To them, it's Tesla misallocating resources that could be used to keep developing new vehicles. History will not be kind to this thinking. So here are my thoughts. I said on Friday, ignore Wall Street's reactions and the stock price. When I invest, I look at three main things. The company has a massive addressable market with its products and services. The company has a history of execution and leadership that gets things done. And the company has a path to making large sums of money. Tesla's AI Day has dramatically increased 1 in 3, and for Tesla, we know that 2 is true. It's a simple matter of the world knowing nothing about robotics and AI and thus undervaluing what Tesla has already accomplished and what it's about to do over the next few years. I genuinely believe people are going to be shocked with what Tesla does with Optimus in just the next few years. And personally, I'm planning to tell my future kids that this team on stage right here is the real guardian of the galaxy. Point being, I'll place my bets on the absurd talent and ambition at Tesla any day, and we know Tesla and SpaceX are the companies where the best engineers in the world want to be. It's just never been more clear to me that Tesla is the most exciting company on the planet, with the most exciting product roadmap, with the biggest addressable markets, and the most impressive history of execution. It doesn't seem that complicated. So let Wall Street bumble over their spreadsheets trying to fit a square peg into a round hole and focusing on all this short-term noise. They've literally been wrong about Tesla for a decade, so why would they get the story right now when it's more technical and harder to understand than ever, relatively speaking? It doesn't take a galaxy brain to see that Tesla is at this perfect point in history where these technologies are coming together in a way that's never happened before, and everything Tesla has done up to this point has positioned it to capitalize on these untapped markets and this new technology. Oh, and on the sustainable energy front, while yes, Optimus isn't directly related to it, I'm very confident by 2030, we'll all look back and see how Optimus actually indirectly helped push forward Tesla's original mission of advancing sustainable energy. This mission is not somehow going away or taking a back seat, it's actually only going to increase with better training, more advanced AI, eventually more revenue and profits that can be redeployed into, again, furthering sustainable energy. It's really all part of one major flywheel that has never existed in history. It's all going to feed the mission, and as Tesla continues to level up on every single aspect of the company, patience will be rewarded. The best companies in the world have the desire to grow, the vision to see markets develop, the talent to execute on these new opportunities, and the conviction to take risks knowing most people won't get it. That's simply what Tesla is doing and why I'm as convicted as ever about Tesla's future. Honestly, the larger number of people that don't get it, the more confident I am Tesla is on the right track in advancing in areas that most people are oblivious to and cannot understand. So yes, I'm more bullish than ever, and I can't wait to continue watching the Tesla story unfold with all of you. So yeah, to sum it up and land this plane, Tesla is not the Tesla we've known so far. It's orders of magnitude better and more exciting.